Hello and welcome. My name is Zoe and I'll be guiding us through just a short yoga practice today that will be focusing on the liquidity of the hips. A beautiful practice if you're feeling sort of a little stuck, be it in your day or perhaps the kind of experience of your overall life or circumstances at the moment. I think that's all I have to say. If you're moving with music, pop some on now. Let's get into it. So when you're ready, please, I'll just ask you to first just take a comfortable seat at the top of your mat. I'm facing you guys today, but you can face the top of your yoga mat. We'll just take a quick moment to ground together. So wherever it is that you've been or wherever it is that you might be going, sort of close your eyes and give yourself a moment just to drop that and to be here. Beautiful opportunity to recognize what's moving through you today. To give your full attention to yourself. We'll invite in this sort of energy of non-rejection. So whatever is here, see if it's possible to let it be here, all the while maintaining this present focus. And see if you could soften the physical body a little. From the comfort of your seat, could you let the legs relax slightly? Even gently lift up and out of the legs so that the spine grows. And then bring the hands into the heart and just together we'll take a long and deep breath in. To your intention, breathe out. We'll get into it. So we'll meet in a cross-legged seat if you're not there already, and we're going to start with the right shin forward of the left. And again, just kind of nestle the hips or the sit bones down into the floor. If you know that you're a little tighter through the hips, please know that you could sit up onto a block or a cushion. And then we're just going to simply start to walk the hands forward, and the bow forward might just be sort of 5%, or you might have the capacity to take it a little further forward. Slightly shorter practice today, so we'll try to maximize on each moment. So use this now as the opportunity to get right into the breath. As you breathe in, notice a little length across the backbone. And as you breathe out, there might even be a gentle deepening of your fold. If there's any tension or gripping through the hips here, see if you could kind of utilize the breath to just soften the low parts of your body. Relax your belly. One more breath. Walk the hands back up and take the hands back behind you and rock up onto the sit bones, and we're just going to simply switch the cross of the legs. So now the left shin will be on top. Again, as if you could kind of nestle into the seat here, press your sit bones down, and from this nice long spine you'll start to walk the hands forward and kind of bow over the legs. And I notice how if you let the knees be nice and heavy, you'll invite in a little more sensation in the hips. And that's what we're going for today, this kind of welcoming to what's here, be it sensation, be it thoughts, emotions, even stagnation. Just let it all be here. Notice how the breath can gradually invite the body a little deeper into its sensation. Really nice, guys. When you're ready, walk the hands back up and let's meet up in a downward facing dog. So when you're ready, lift up and out into your down dog. Kind of checking in with the stability of the shape here, and usually the feet at hip distance apart is a nice stable base, and the hands in line with the shoulders, maybe even a little wider. Let's just take a nice soft bend into the knees today so that we take some of the effort out of the hamstrings and rather focus on this nice long back. As you press the hands down and away, find a little bit of strength into the arms, a little lift of the shoulders, and then subsequently could you heavy that weight down into your heels. A little pull in of your belly as you take a deeper breath, feel your lungs expand. Let's open the mouth, let something go. Nice and slowly here, please lift your right leg to the sky. Let it be almost effortless. And then we'll bend the knee and yawn the hip open. So it's like you're taking your right ankle towards your left sit bone. And let the right knee lift up nice and high. And then just a couple of gentle circles of the right leg bone around the hip socket, as if there was this liquid-like nature of movement around your hip. Beautiful. And then roll forward and just take your right knee towards your right tricep and then step the right foot behind your right wrist. Hands will now come to the inside of your left leg, and let's drop the back knee down. Notice here some sensations along the front of the left leg, the left hip, and I'll just kind of invite you to set this shape a little free. So you might swivel the hips from side to side or a little more circularly. Notice how the front leg kind of wants to get involved here, so let that organically evolve into any movement. And as you begin to move with a little bit of freedom here, see if you could embody the quality of water. This smooth flow of liquid could just be kind of brushing the edges of the banks. And then just take a moment to pause and taking your front foot, your right foot on just a little 45-degree angle, let your right knee wing just a little to the side, and for some of you it will feel okay to place a little bit of pressure onto the right knee. You might do that, otherwise keep your hands down onto the floor. And just let the hips kind of sink a little here. You might feel sensation in the outer right hip. You can even look over your right shoulder. And just find one more breath. And then come back through the center, plant your right foot back down. Tuck your left toes under. Let's step forward, Malasana to yogi squat. Blocks are there if you're still feeling a little tight to place underneath the hips. Hands will come into the heart. If you're working without a block, make sure that there's a little press down into your feet. Lift your spine higher. And then as you press the knees into the elbows, could you spread the elbows into the knees and use that to lift your chest? Find a deep breath in. Let's straighten through the legs, forward fold. Keeping the feet nice and wide, hands will come to the shins, lengthen your spine forward. Fold and empty. Keeping the feet wide, come up to standing, reach your arms to the sky. Jump the feet together, hands to the heart. Let's flow. From the press of your feet, reach up, look up. Follow your empty breath all the way down. Find a halfway lift. As you fold, pop your hands down onto the floor, step it back to plank pose. Squeeze your legs together, grip the fingertips into the earth, find a breath in. Knees or no knees here, chaturanga, bend your elbows. Upward facing dog. It might be a cobra pose if it's a little early for the spine. Downward facing dog. Let's just take one grounding breath in. Out the mouth, let the breath flow outwards. Left leg reaches to the sky as you breathe in. Bend the knee, yawn the hip open. Little soft bend in that right knee allows the left knee to come higher as you swivel and circle the leg bone around the hip joint, as if you could swish and wash liquid water around the joint of your hip. And eventually the left knee will come and touch the left tricep as you step the foot behind the palm. Back knee comes down to the earth. And then been here before on the other side, so now we just kind of set this movement free. Just kind of tap into the rhythmic breath. full permission for the body to move organically here. Paying particular attention to any stickiness as you soothe it with this smooth attention. And then eventually you'll turn your left toes out on a little angle, let the knee drop. Maybe the hand presses out on the knee. Might look over the left shoulder. If you've been sitting all day, this should feel particularly nice to really get into the nitty-gritty of sensation. And then come back, turn the toes back. Let's step forward one more time, Malasana. Hands to the heart. Let's take this into a little twist. Right hand comes down inside of the right knee. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Press the knee into the upper arm as you spread the left collarbone. And switching sides. Left hand comes down, right arm goes. Rather than forcing yourself into the shape here, see if you could let the shape emerge through your breath. Release the left hand down. Straighten through your legs, forward fold. Feet will stay wide here. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Nice long spine. Fold forward, empty. Arms to the sky, reach up, breathe in. Jump the feet together, hands to the heart. Alright, let's mix it up. Left knee draws into the chest, arms to the sky. And then see if you could just kind of rotate the left knee outwards in some nice big juicy circles. Let's go for 3. On the fourth circle, take your knee nice and wide, and we're going to take it wide out to aeroplane pose. Left leg slides back, arms slide back. Strong belly here, soft bend in that right knee. And then very slowly step back, crescent lunge, arms to the sky. As you breathe out, bring your hands down inside of your right leg. Let your hips drop a little, and then right arm reaches to the sky. Easy twist, strengthen up that back leg. Squeeze your left glute, one more breath in. Right hand comes down inside of the right knee. Let's pivot on the feet, wide-legged forward folds. At this point, the feet are almost parallel. Let's take a halfway lift. Stay lifted, bend your left knee, lunge to the left. To the right. One more, inhale, breath to the left. Nice and smooth, exhale, breath to the right. Turn back to the top of the mat. Right foot steps back, plank pose. Breath in. Slow chaturanga, try not to rush. Up dog, cobra, any variation. Downward facing dog. Straight away, right leg lifts as you breathe in. Keep the leg soft. Knee to the nose. Step the foot through between your hands. Left foot steps forward, halfway lift. Empty fold. Arms to the sky, reach up, breathe in. Hands to the heart. Second side, right knee draws in, arms to sky. 3 big circles, take the knee out, around. Nice strong belly as you circle. So on the final circle, go wide with the knee. Let's take it to aeroplane pose. Strong belly, strong back muscles. Step back, crescent lunge, arms to the sky. The out breath, bring your hands down to the inside of the foot. Drop the hips a little. Easy twist, left arm goes. As you strengthen up the back leg, reach your left fingertips. One more breath in. Release left hand down. Wide-legged forward fold, pivot on the feet. Take a halfway lift. Lunge to the right. To the left. To the right. You might even go a little deeper. To the left. Hands to the front of the mat. Step back to plank pose, and it's your vinyasa from here. High plank, low plank, or any other variation. Straight away, left leg lifts as you breathe in. Knee to the nose. Step it through between your hands. Right foot steps forward, halfway lift. Empty and fold. Reach up, look up, breathe in. Hands to the heart for this. Let's go. Same sequence again to breath. Left knee draws in, arms to the sky. Take the left knee wide and around, aeroplane pose. Inhale, breath, crescent lunge. Hands to the inside of the right knee. Right arm to the sky, easy twist. Release the right hand down, wide-legged forward fold. Halfway lift is the inhale breath. Lunge to the left. You might even pick up the right toes. Lunge to the right, to the top of the mat. Three-legged dog, right leg reaches up and back. You might choose to move through Vinyasa with the right leg lifted or anything else. Straight away, right leg lifts. Try not to grip your hip flexors, let it come from your belly. Step the foot through between the hands. Left foot steps forward, half lift. Fold, empty. Arms to the sky, reach up, breathe in. Hands to the heart. Straight away, right knee draws in. Take it wide and long, aeroplane pose. Crescent lunge, in breath. Hands inside the left foot. Easy twist, left arm. Wide-legged forward fold. Maybe it's Skandasana, right knee bends. Maybe no hands, left knee bends. Top of the mat. Three-legged dog, left leg lifts. Either through your version of Vinyasa or release the foot to downward facing dog. Let the breath be smooth and clear. Left leg lifts as you breathe in. Knee to the nose. Step it through. Right foot steps forward, halfway lift. Fold and empty. Nice job, guys. Final standing round, arms to the sky, reach up, breathe in. This time bring your left knee straight into the chest, arms are lifted. Let's take it into the figure four. Left ankle crosses over the right knee, hands will come into the heart. Keep the left toes just a little flexed here, stick your butt back. Optional to stay, optional to interlace your hands at your low back. If the hands are interlaced, you might like to curve forward, tuck the chin to your chest, reach your knuckles forwards. Go deeper into your right knee, holding here for 3, for 2, and 1. Stand up, left knee draws into the chest. Wide and long, aeroplane pose. See if you could soften it a little, crescent lunge. Hands to the inside of the foot. Easy twist, right arm goes. Release the hand, wide-legged forward fold. Let's take it straight into a halfway lift. Left hand stays down now, right arm reaches to the sky, twist. Right hand comes down to the earth. Left arm to the sky, try to keep the hips stable. Left hand down to the floor. Walk the hands back to the top of the mat, pivot onto the ball of the back foot, pyramid pose with a halfway lift. Fold deeply. One more like that, halfway lift, ripple forward. Smooth, clear breath, breathe out. Bend the back knee, step forward, half lift. Fold forward, empty. Final time, come up to standing, reach your arms to the sky. Right knees into the chest. Figure 4, cross the ankle over the knee. Hands can either come into the heart, or you might interlace them back behind you. Go for the awkward interlace, if that's where you are. And crack the chest open if you're still with me. And maybe tuck the chin to the chest, fold forward. Keep flexing those right toes deeper into the left knee, holding here for 3. Strong belly for 2. And 1. Stand up, right knee draws in. Wide and long, aeroplane pose. Super softly here, like liquid crescent lunge. Hands to the inside of the foot. Left arm to the sky, easy twist. Wide-legged forward folds. Halfway lift. Right arm to the sky. You might take this into a half bind here. Couple of breaths. Right hand will come down to the floor, left arm to the sky. Maybe half bind, nice open chest. Try not to move your hips. Left hand releases back down. Walk the hands back to the top of the mat. Ball of the back foot, pyramid pose. Blocks are there if you need a little more support, if the hamstrings are a little tight. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Smooth breath out. One more like that. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Let's press off the back foot. Forward folds. Couple of breaths in the forward fold here. You might wrap your hands around your elbows. Ragdoll, otherwise just let your arms dangle. Super soft knees. Let any tension come out of your neck. And just notice how in your body you are in this moment. How it's kind of a little more challenging to be in the worries of the day when you're right here in the body. Kind of appreciating this moment in all of its beauty. All of its flexibility, possibility. Let's move through one flow together. Arms to the sky, reach up, breathe in. Fold forward, empty. Halfway lift. This time as you fold, plug the palms in. You might float back to chaturanga, move through vinyasa, otherwise it's just a step back to downward facing dog. Eventually, your right leg will lift. You'll take your right knee towards your left elbow. Step the foot out towards the left. Fallen triangle. Left arm will reach, hips will lift. Not here for too long. Left hand comes down. Let's take it into pigeon pose. Right knee will slide over to your right wrist. Left knee will drop down towards the floor. Again, a little flex on those right toes, remembering that the further forward that right ankle is, the more intense the stretch will be. If you have props, a block underneath the right hip might help some of you who are a little tighter find this pose a little more challenging. Let's take a nice deep breath in, lengthen the backbone. Fold forward as you breathe out. And again, the fold might just be 5%, or you might have the capacity to come down onto the forearms, or you might even rest the head onto the floor. See if you could let the weight of the body pour down rather than gripping or holding. See if you could give away a little bit of your power here and just be. Even when the mind tries to take you back, past, future, see if you could just be here in this body, breathing. Beautiful, guys. When you're ready, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, tuck your back toes, and you could step back and move through a flow. Otherwise, you'll meet me back in downward facing dog. Might be some kind of adjustments that you'd like to make through the body to release any built up energy. Otherwise, just be still. Eventually, when you are ready, the left leg will lift. Please take your time. Left knee will tap your right elbow. Fallen triangle. Strong legs, little lift of the heart. Left hand comes down, slide the left knee to your left wrist, pigeon pose, back knee drops. Again, just take your time to set up the shape. Sometimes it's handy to look over the shoulder and make sure that the leg is in line with the mat. And kind of pick your poison here, how deep will the body allow you to go whilst maintaining this open sense of presence. This kind of non-rejecting energy. Even if you're finding it a little challenging to be present, could you let that be the focus of awareness? And all of a sudden, rather than sort of judging our tendencies, it becomes this kind of curiosity, which gives us greater awareness of ourselves and how we operate. If you've lost connection to the breath, let this kind of moment of stillness reconnect you here to the deep breath in and the smooth and calm breath out. Liquid rivers slushing, streaming as it caresses the banks. Ready, bring the hands back underneath your shoulders and just come sitting onto your left hip now and swing your right leg forward and around. And as you kind of strengthen or lengthen both of your legs forward, you might give them a little shake, and again just release any of that built up energy. And then when you're ready, we'll bring the soles of the feet to touch for Bada Konasana. I like to sit up onto something for this, but again, it's totally up to you. And so as the soles of the feet kind of press together, just let your knees become a little heavier, noticing where you're experiencing sensation. And see if you could kind of submerge into that, into the feeling of this shape. And at this point, it's totally up to you. You might like to kind of fold yourself forward. Otherwise, just stay upright and work on this fluid breath, just in and out, like the ocean caressing the shoreline. Let's take 3 breaths together. As you're ready, walk your hands back up. You might use the hands to collect the knees, bring them in together. As you're ready, we'll make our way down onto our backs. So lay down onto your back. Actually, let's hug the knees in towards the chest. It might feel nice to circle through the knees, the hips, a little massage. And then when you're ready, let's set up for Shavasana. Of course, if you would like to extend this practice and incorporate anything else like some back bending or twisting, please know that you have the freedom to sort of keep moving. If you're ready to find stillness, go ahead and spread your limbs nice and wide. If you're in Shavasana at this point, just let the breath kind of soften, and it almost becomes a little quieter. See how gently you can let the breath breathe. Please know that you could spend a little longer on your back if you have the time. If you're ready to move again, you'll just start with the gentle movement of your fingers and your feet. Just in your own time, in your own way, we will come up to seated, but try not to rush the process. Let it kind of emerge from this really beautiful quality of energy that we've created. If you're still on your back, or if you've made your way up to seated, of course there would be the option to utilize this calm, present energy, kind of drop into perhaps a deeper and longer meditation. In that space, I'll leave you to whatever it is that you need. Before I go, just a moment to appreciate this space of open fluidity in the body, in the breath, in the mind. What a beautiful way to approach the complexities of life. This kind of welcoming attitude that doesn't reject anything, rather meets it with a sense of flexibility and openness. Bringing my palms to my palms as I bow to you. Namaste.